Venus says, what do you desire that isn't pleasurable and enjoyable in life? She is mortal pleasure and desire of the flesh. When she's in Libra, the scales of justice are balanced. She's talking about divine harmony. Anyone listening who has a strong sun, moon, or rising, or any major planetary focus in Taurus, you really feel this, as well as anybody who has strong placements in Gemini, as well as anyone who has strong placements in Libra, because these are the main themes. It's a Taurus, Libra, Gemini story, and I'm bringing it up to your attention. Astrology. Hello, everyone. Venus is the planet that tells us what we desire, and she brings love and beauty and friendship and kindness into our lives, along with peace and sometimes money. And we're talking today about how Venus is moving into her home kingdom of Libra. Not only will she move into her home kingdom of Libra, but she will begin to warm herself up to that Uranus Gemini story and form a trine. This is not any trinal relationship between Venus and the god of unexpected change in a positive way. Instead, this is the closing out of a cycle that began 8 years ago as Uranus moved through the sign of Taurus in 2018. I have to do my math. I think that's 6 years ago. It's 18, 19, and literally kept hooking up with Venus in Taurus. That's the last place she hooked up with Uranus. She did that hookup April of 26, and she has a story to tell. This is a cool story. I love this story. I want you to be in love with this story with me, because Venus in dignity in her home kingdom is powerful as she trines Uranus from a conjunction she made in the month of April. That April conjunction is a seed, and it's all about your Taurus landscape. So you're thinking, aren't you going to talk all about the Venus and Libra combination with Gemini? No, not at all. Because the Synodic cycle tells us that what Venus started in April of 2026 is what she's on the way to completing. And she will do that completion of the whole darn story by June of 2027. So in essence, we're talking Synodic cycle. And if you guys love my Synodic cycle storytelling and get your, coffee, your beer, your wine handy, we're going to break it down, because this video is going to tell you how to deal with this beautiful energy that is trying to fulfill something that you are going to enjoy. Venus in her home kingdom of Taurus, seeding something that she's going to help bring into fruition over the next 2 years, with a lot of emphasis on her Libra journey. All right, what is Libra? It is peace, balance, and harmony. What is Libra? It is her home kingdom. When is she in Libra? Well, if my notes are at all correct, she will be there from August the 6th to September 10th. So put on your calendars, take a highlighter. I have a calendar handy. Write down August the 6th to September 10th. Good times roll, or happy things are happening, or put August 6th to September 10th and say, the sky is supporting me to fulfill something powerful and positive connected to the Taurus part of my chart. So you Tauruses are going to love this one, but it's fulfilling itself through the Gemini Libra air trine. And this is going to feel like a happy surprise, a positive development, an unexpected stroke of luck. So welcome to my channel. If you're new, this is Lori Lothian, and we are talking Synodic cycles. We're talking Western tropical zodiac astrology, and we're talking Venus through her home kingdom for those weeks. And if you're new here and you don't know that I am a teaching astrologer, it's my absolute delight and passion. I love classes. I love helping students fish instead of giving them fish. I teach you how to read the sky. Sky Reader is learning to read your astrological natal chart, and it's a bit of a boot camp. And by 7 weeks later, you're going to be able to use 2 very specific timing tools to read your sky, your friends, your family, and your kids, or whoever you want to work with. So come to my class if you like. We're starting on the 19th of September. We're going to have weekly Q&As as always. I got 6 guest teachers lined up this week. This year we have an archive of classes from other guest teachers that you'll get when you sign up. We also have an incredible support team around me of teaching assistants and moderators. I'm not in this alone. We have a Facebook group and a Discord group as well. The Q&As are on Wednesday nights, and the classes are Saturday mornings at 9:30 Pacific time. If you live in a time zone that's not really compatible, you still get to keep the content forever. It's never sold as a standalone product. It's only taught with me live. Finally, The big discount code ends at it's not a code. The biggest discount pricing, called the early Superbird, is coming to a close at the end of July. But in August, there'll still be some kind of discount. By September, it is full price. So if you want to join in with other students, learn to time your life, be your own astrologer, time your best life, then this is a class for you. It's for introductory level astrology. And so it's not for somebody who's been doing astrology for like a couple of decades. And I'm not certifying you to be an astrologer. I'm teaching you how to read your sky. All right. So guys, I am a Venus total lover. I love Venus. She's my girl. I hope this mic is doing okay. We're trying to fix the sibilance on the Shure mic with the Riverside app. I do not have a list, but someone said I'm ignoring your problems. I'm trying so hard to fix it. Finally got a de-esser. I'm using that now with Adobe, and I'm working to figure out how to get the sound better than it is. So please be kind. Please be patient. Some of you have been really mean-spirited about it, and some of you think I have a tongue ring, braces, lisp, or dental work. No, it's tech issues. Thanks for your patience. I really appreciate it. I love Venus because I have Venus in Taurus, so I really groove with her. And I've always loved flowers, chocolate, wine, pleasure, gardens, and growing things. So I have a Venus fixation in life. In fact, you guys always ask me about my bracelets, right? A lot of times I get comments like, what are those beautiful bracelets you're wearing? And I guess I'll share them here because I am a long-term 3-year affiliate of Otter Spirit Jewelry. Their stuff is triple grade A gems. Okay, like, all right. And I wear so many of their jewels. I have hundreds now. And what I love about it is you get 30% off buying anything from them if you buy more than $100 worth. And I love that they have these kind of coolio cards. That's Howlite. I know it's reversed, but I've got Howlite on, and I stay calm in stressful situations. It brings balance. Zodiac signs: Gemini, Scorpio, Virgo, Cap, and crown chakra. And for example, I'm wearing Blue Apatite. And Blue Apatite's card is I communicate clearly and confidently. And it's about intuition. Intention is confidence. The intention of Howlite is Blue Apatite is confidence. The zodiac signs are Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, third eye and throat chakra. Boy, do I need my throat chakra in my work, right? And a lot of you have bought their stuff and loved it. And so if you want to check them out, I encourage you to do so. It's otterspirit.com. You can buy jewelry that's absolutely beautifully aligned with your own zodiacal, say, sun, moon, and rising set, because they have zodiacal trios. You can shop by zodiac. You can also shop over there, not just by zodiac, but by intention, like a prosperity trio or an inner peace or calm trio. So go check out otterspirit.com. I just absolutely love them. I'm not making this stuff up. If you ask any friend what I'm always wearing, it's not just for you guys. I'm always wearing their jewelry. They make small size beads, different sizes for your wrist. This is the mini trios, multiple trios, but you can get the bigger beads as well. Okay, let's get started. Because I brought this up because of Venus. She's in her, home kingdom. She represents beauty and love, cosmic passion, desire. She's the god of what we wish to attract to ourselves, right? It's what we yearn for. It's what we desire. And in that way, we desire love, friendship, kindness, and beauty. We certainly all desire peace. She's the enabler of some of the best of human desire and yearning and wishes. And fairy godmother is her vibration in the best way. She wants to bring the worldly and sensual pleasures to us as well, but she's benefic. She's bringing what is absolutely good for goodness sakes if you're living in the physical plane. Now, yeah, if you're a monk in a cave meditating, that's very Saturn, by the way, and you don't care about worldly pleasures, and you're a renunciate, and you're deciding this is a life in which I'm going to whip my back and wear rags, and I'm not going to eat anything but like a piece of toast a day, that's fine. That's your path. That's very Saturnian. That's not Venus. Venus says, what do you desire that isn't pleasurable and enjoyable in life? At the highest level, when you read poems of Rumi and Hafiz, these Persian poets who talk about the mystery of the beloved, or the songs of Solomon, this is also Venus. She is mortal pleasure and desire of the flesh, but she also can, because she exalts in Pisces, bring us to agape, that higher love, that divine love, the love of truth, the love of God, the love of spiritual depth in ourselves and in the world and in others. So when she's in Libra, the scales of justice are balanced, because I'm going to show you the sky and we're going to go through it together. She's talking about divine harmony, divine fairness, divine ease, divine justice. And as she does that, focus in her home kingdom of Libra. Libra archetypally is like the Egyptian goddess Ma'at, M-A', who is connected to a cosmic or divine justice, and the idea that, you pass away, and if your soul is lighter than a feather on the scale, your heart is lighter than the feather on the scale, that you will pass through. And if you don't, you will be reincarnating again, kind of thing. So there's a sense that she can be a part of the archetype of the aspiration of the human being to become more light-hearted. Okay, so we think about pleasure and we think about decadence. We think about hedonism sometimes, but there can be a frolicky lightheartedness to Venus, and especially an air sign, Libra. All the air signs are social signs. They're also desire signs energetically, but there's a sociability to them. And so here we have Venus lighthearted, like the feather in the heart being weighed, frolicking, playful spirit of enjoying the worldly realm that we're in this simulation called life. In the dark side, it's hedonism, decadence, and debauchery. It's Dionysian impulses gone rogue. It's orgies, and it's the misuse of pleasure. And a misuse of pleasure can be that you're literally, I don't know, drinking all day, smoking weed nonstop. There's things we do that are pleasurable that, gone to an extreme, are also harmful. And there is a side of Venus that covers all of the spectrums, from the most difficult part of the worldly desire and pleasure, all the way through to the most heightened level of agape, the divine love. And that she expresses that quite often in her transcendent placement within Jupiter's kingdom of Pisces. No, Neptune does not rule Pisces, but I understand that you can see Neptunian transcendence in Pisces as well. So today, what I want to do, and I'm excited to do, is I want to take you through the signs. I don't really want to cover world astrology here. I'm going to cover Venus in Libra for my overview video for the month of August. I want to take this time to share with you this beautiful transit, because what I like about it the most, and we're going to talk about how you can use this and what it might be like to be you, August 6th to September 10th, is that she's going to form that beautiful air trine to the planet Uranus. She'll be activating the Uranian energy in Gemini. And this energy in Gemini, this Uranus energy, it's going to be pretty exact around the trinal energy. It's going to be pretty exact around, I'm looking for the date, I wrote it down. August the blank. I'll get it out for you in a minute. And one thing about it is that we haven't had Uranus in the sign of Gemini on the regular, on the everyday, since the 1940s. Okay, so early 1940s to early 1950s. And because of that, we're back here again. He entered full-time occupation of the sign of Gemini. Uranus entered that sign, full-time occupation, back on the end of April this year. Like April 27th or so, 6th, 8th, around there. And he's not leaving that sign for 7 years. And so we're going a lot of time ahead of us where we're experiencing excitement, exhilarated, unexpected, turbocharged, shock and awe, advances in technology, probably in things to do with science, medicine, AI, transportation, and education as well. But also, Venus keeps aligning with this. Venus keeps speaking to Uranus and asking for a collaboration. And yet she has yet to fully collaborate. She has yet to fully hobnob with them. I want to give you a metaphor. I'll explain it. Imagine that you are going to have a meeting with the CEO of a major company, and you were so excited because you wanted to work with this CEO, and it was going to be a collaborative spirit, and you knew you could bring something beautiful, good, true, and lovely to the world, because that's what Venus tries to do. And yet you couldn't get to that meeting until June 14th of 2027, which is the first time in our lifetimes, June 14th of 2027, that Venus joins Uranus in the sign of Gemini. Rather, instead, on April the 24th of 2026, you took a meeting with the CEO's assistant, or the headhunter or somebody else in the process, and she or he said to you, April 24th of 26, as Venus co-joined with Uranus in earthy Taurus, we got a plan. We're going to get you on target to see the CEO in June of 27. You're going to be working together probably, but here's what we have to do in the meantime. So the seed that was planted in Taurus is the last seed of Uranus and Venus and Taurus that we're going to see for 84 years, seriously. And it's going to bring its deliverables coming into the Gemini story next June. So something about April of this year till June of next year is entwined. It's deeply embedded in a deeper narrative. And so what we're going to take our time to do is look at the exact trinal energy and what it might bring to us. And we're going to look at the overview of how it is to have Venus moving through her home kingdom and in a beautiful flow, like a backflow to Uranus in the sign of Gemini. Before I go to the chart, show you the wheel, turn the wheel and do this together, would you think about liking and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss a thing? It does help the channel grow. It's some tremendous support for the channel. All right. Thank you so very much. Hyping helps as well. I'm going to give you some dates. Get a pen, get a paper, right? I'll give you 5 seconds. Get your notes on your phone ready. You could go April 24th to 26th. She joins Uranus in the sign of Taurus, last in a lifetime. On July the 13th of 2026, she squared, already happened behind us. I'm recording on July 22nd. On July 13th, she squared Uranus from Virgo. Virgo is her detriment. It's a sign of her fall. She was very weak as she is squared into Uranus. And then on January the 9th of 2027, Venus is going to also move into an opposition 180 degrees away from Gemini, from Uranus. And that's going to happen while she's in the opposite sign of Sagittarius. She's in neutral dignity there. And that's it's like the full moon. You can think of like April 24th is a new moon. Venus co-joins Uranus. July 13th is the opening moon, the first half moon. Okay. Or the opening square. And she's in Virgo and she squares Uranus. And then this is the next act structure is the opposition. It's like the full moon. It's the height of a pivotal turning point in your life, January the 9th, 2027. And it has to do with that Taurus starting point. And then on March the 28th, 2027, she squares from Pisces, where she's exalted, Uranus and Gemini with a grand finale. That indicates to me that this trinal energy flowing through the month of August between Venus and Uranus really felt all the way through August 6th to September 10th is a happy flow toward the ultimate outcome that we're going to experience in March of 2027 as the grand finale occurs. So there's a lot to say about this 3-part structure, the squares, the oppositions. That is like a class you can take with me. But it is like if you write screenplays, inciting incident, that's the first act reversal. Or if you're like, 3-act structure in plays, these are the structures of how the sky moves our stories of our life along. Anyone listening who has a strong sun, moon, or rising, or any major planetary focus in Taurus, you really feel this, as well as anybody who has strong placements in Gemini, as well as anyone who has strong placements in Libra, because these are the main themes. It's a Taurus, Libra, Gemini story, and I'm bringing it up to your attention. Again, dates to pay attention to as a whole, August the 6th to September 10th. And I hope I get this video out in time, but I think I'll get it out probably on the day that she's ingressing into Libra. So let me get the video up and running. I'm going to share the chart with you. Here we have the sky, and I'm going to oops, I heard echo there. I'm struggling with this. Sure, Mike, guys, even with the de-esser, its volume keeps changing if I even move my mouth a little bit, so bear with me. So we have if anyone can say Riverside, MacBook Pro, easier mic than the Shure mic, but not a Yeti Cardioid. I'd love to hear your answer in the comments. Maybe I need to upgrade to the most expensive Shure mic there is. I don't know. A Roadster? Help me out, guys. So here's the sky on July the 28th. I'm recording on the 22nd, but it won't be until August that she moves her little butt into Libra, finishing up quite a arduous day in the sign of Virgo. And here she comes on about the August 7th. It's really hours dependent, time zone dependent on the 6th, but we'll get her there then. So kind of like Vancouver, Canada, which is the same as Los Angeles time zone, around 12:30 in the afternoon, she crosses into Libra and she leaves for the next sign after Libra, which is her detriment, Scorpio, and she'll be doing a lot of retrograding this fall. She leaves on September the 10th. Now, when Venus here from August the 6th to September 10th, she's going to continually be in what we call a whole sign trine to Uranus and Gemini. That's why I'm saying that the whole vibe of August 6th to September 10th is this divine flow between your whole sign Gemini and your whole sign Libra sky. Now, the other thing to notice, of course, is what I mentioned earlier. She started the whole damn show on August mean, April the 24th. Okay, April the 24th, 2026, when she joined with Uranus in late Taurus, right over here, last in a lifetime, indicating that stories connected to your 8th house are outpicturing to your Taurus sky. This is for Libras. 8th house stories are outpicturing in August 6th to September 10th through the 9th and the 1st. I mean, through the Gemini and the Cancer sky. I think I'll start with you guys actually in Libra. Now, everyone asks me, what's the difference between your sun, moon, and rising sign? This is where I hopefully Stella will either now or has already inserted my short 2-minute overview of the difference between your rising, your sun, and your moon. And once I get my equalizer fixed, maybe I can record it again. But it's literally only useful if you don't know yet. Otherwise, you guys just close your ears. Everybody complains that you know what, you've heard it 100 times. Thank you, my loyal fans. But I got about 1,000 new subscribers in the last couple weeks, 3 weeks, and I don't want them to be confused. So it helps everybody learn together. And if you know it already, I made it only 2 minutes instead of 4 minutes. Hello, guys. You always ask me, rising sign, sun or moon. How do I listen to this thing in astrology? Well, your sun is who you really are. Think of it about your spiritual essence, your divine light, the flame of your soul that lives forever, takes on a body, and that body is the ascendant. You might think of your sun sign like the actor who plays the role in the movie. Your sun is the real you, and the role you're playing in the movie, well, that's your rising sign. You tend to look like that sign. You tend to act like the personhood of that character in the simulation. It is not your real self, but you need a vehicle for your spirit to express. And when we look at your moon sign, we think about how you feel and think about life, your happiness, your emotional blueprint, your subjective well-being. But you remember the moon is only reflecting the light of the spiritual essence of you, the sun. So therefore, it's a temporary aspect or an operating system for your consciousness. I see a lot of the time that people's moon sign is really useful when you want to see how you're going to feel about this sky, but it also connects you very strongly to energies of home, safety nest, and mother. The moon is that stuff to do with the nurturant part of reality. When we talk about your sun sign, it can be father related material, but also connections to your purpose and career. For your soul is inherited, it's on planet Earth to do something, right? And we usually call that a purpose of some kind. And lastly, the ascendant, very sensitive to your body, very sensitive to the fates and the circumstances of life. That is where your rising sign is how you showed up, took the first breath of life. What was the sign on the eastern horizon at the time of birth? That's what the rising sign is. And it's very accurate for delineating astrology, at least until the age of mid-40s. And we begin to move back into our true self, into our solar energy. And we'll notice that our sun sign becomes as accurate or can be more and more actively useful for prediction. Already, sometimes you'll look at children for the first 7 years and they're operating primarily on sun sign energy. So when you're looking at your kids, definitely listen for their sun sign over their rising sign. All right, guys, here's that short form. Take it away. Let's go into the chart ahead. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. This is your story. Venus is in your sign. You are gung-ho. August 6th to September 10th, you are one happy camper. And in fact, let's give it a nice little bump here to show you the nice little jolt of good luck that's coming your way right here. So this is kind of sweet for you because you are receiving Venus herself. Technically, August 6th to September 10th, what it makes you feel is happy, joyful, persuasive, beautiful, friendly, charismatic, and charming. And you're concerned with feeling like you are liked, and you will project your beauty into this world. Your kindness, your beauty, your generosity, and your grace are outwardly projected as you radiate the Venus energetic through you. And so all of you Libras are kind of floating on air. Something is making you more yourself, more upbeat, more subjectively well-being, hopeful and happy, more delighted with the pleasures and joys of life. And so then you notice that as you approach about August the 12th, we end up with that more exact energy. Now, I know we have an eclipse on that day. We're not focused on the eclipse. We're focused solely on the excitement you're feeling here. What is this happy surprise? It can occur anywhere from August the 10th until at least the 13th. We'll say happy, lucky surprises are coming your way. That sounds like a song. So happy surprises are coming between August the 10th and 13th. But more so, these surprises involve ninth house things, foreign lands, foreign travels, and far off places. It would be an ideal time for any Libra to between August 6th and September 10th to journey abroad, to take a trip to a far off land. Something about that journey or that pilgrimage even will excite you, delight you, surprise you in the most beautiful and positive way. Similarly, court cases and judgments will rule in your favor in surprising ways during that window of all of September to September 10th, as well as you might end up with some very cool things happening when it comes to, let's say, wealth, Lakshmi, kind of ninth house luck, and also maybe things to do with book publishing industry or academic and school, like going off to college. So very nice flow going on for you here. At the same time, Venus started the whole shebang in your eighth house of chunky money. Now, that could indicate that this surprise could bring you some money luck as well, especially given that sometimes Uranus in your ninth house can indicate lucky matters connected to wealth, and especially wealth from father figures. It also can indicate just a lucky break, a golden opportunity of some kind, but it impacts your pocketbook in terms of money you resource as a chunk of money. You're not earning it on your paycheck. Like here comes a commission check, a royalty check, a bonus, a sign-on bonus, a forward or advance on your book by a publisher, some kind of money that you can deposit, but you share it with others. It's not just your own chunky money that you made money and you put it in your savings account and you earned it. So there's that kind of surprise that you can get from that story. Ultimately, the thing that's happening here that began in April, I want you to go back to April 24th or 26th where she planted that seed, and that whole seed doesn't close out again till June of 27. What are you expecting this to yield? And this is the beginning of clarity. This is a beginning of seeing it. This is an opening trine. So you might find this is going to guide you towards how more chunky money can come into your life, unless you're an occultist. You want to study tarot, numerology, or astrology, and you might have a breakthrough moment in either the teaching or the study of occult mystery traditions, and in Chiron's position in the eighth house, shamanism as well. Some advice for you if you're single. When Venus is in your sign, Libra, you are more charming and beautiful. You radiate beauty without trying. You could come out with your hair a mess, bedhead, no makeup, and someone will look at you and think you're gorgeous. So encountering that energy here with the Uranus in the ninth house, you could be traveling and a sudden love affair percolates, right? Especially with the North Node of Destiny in your fifth house. Or you could be going to a library or a place of books or a educational setting, and you could be seeing the spark of a new love story, especially because we have Pluto and we have Uranus and Venus in that beautiful trinal energy. So if you've been looking for a relationship and you weren't sure about it and you're thinking maybe no because you're single, this could really pop into something important. So new love can come your way all the way through till September the 10th. Okay, and we'll do the kite when I talk about the eclipse. So we're just focusing on this for now, and the vibe, guys, the vibe. Don't forget, like, subscribe, help me out, please. Thank you. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, you are in a condition of watching your psychological, spiritual life deepen in surprising ways. It's almost like you could take a snooze in the afternoon on the sofa and go out of your body, or have a past life memory come to you one day just walking down the street, but also time alone, like sleeping, meditating, yielding incredible spiritual insights, because this is liberation and Uranus is in a house of liberation from the matrix dream. And this can be really a profound spiritual bump. Now, bed pleasures are here. Yes, Venus loves her bed pleasures in the house of bed pleasures. She's kind of like, give me some pleasure anywhere, but this is the bedroom, the solitude, the places of privacy. And so you may find yourself engaging a little bit more sexy time during this window of August. August. My brain is offline today. August the 6th to September 10th. All right. August the 6th to September 10th. If this is going to stir you in any way into some more satisfaction in your romantic life, then it's also going to bring you into surprising territory, because what Uranus says is you didn't expect it. What Pluto says is quite transformative. It can be literally a kind of mystical sexual encounter or a spiritual awakening through a romantic moment. There is also your creative archetype here. She is a creatrix, and when you get her alone in, solitude space, the writer's studio, a getaway, the sound studio for the artist or whatever, things you're doing in privacy, alone, and solitude, creative energy, artistic energy on steroids, but sourced on plutonian, deep dive. You might be really diving in to things that are profound and regenerative and cathartic in the what you're creating. You're not writing a song about margaritas. You're writing a song about death and rebirth. There's some profound energy. And of course, with Uranus in your 8th house, the spark there is about your deep spiritual essence. There's so much about this like soulful, creative, artistic expression that you can move something through you as you. And you might channel the roots of your ancestors down here, or your family of origin wounds and pain, and bring them through as a creative expression that surprises even you. Like you channel something deeply creative and artistic beyond your very own self. One thing I would say about Venus in the 12th house of the solitude and what you're looking to experience is that she seeded your story in the last in a lifetime marriage reboot here on April 24th, 2026. April 24th, 2026, right? There's a new beginning, a last in a lifetime reboot in your marriage house. She was rebooting there like every 6 years or so, or 7 years, but now she's finished with it. So how does this story that I'm trying to share with you take you back to seeds that were being planted in April, connected to long-term romantic and committed love? You're yearning for that. If you want it, your existence in a relationship and how it wants to transform. Finally, if you are single and looking for a relationship, then get thee to the ashram or travel abroad to foreign lands, or meet someone from a foreign land, because that's what Venus can bring you during this window of August the 6th to September the 10th. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus, August 6th to September 10th, trundling through home kingdom Libra. What she brings to you here in her divine power is an extraordinary support structure from friends. This is a time when friends are friendlier than they've ever been, and people in places of power, particularly female, can be of great assistance to you. It's like they give you that leg up, that support that you need in life. Reach out to the sibling one older for help or healing and peace. Reach out to somebody in your social groups for help when you need it. You're going to get the yes, and they may come to you and assist you without your permission. It's like everyone wants to help you. You want to be receiving that wholeheartedly, Sagittarius. This can also lead to a revisioning of a long-range goal, a dream and plan, or the fulfillment of a plan that you've been putting in motion, likely professional, but doesn't have to be. Because she's trine to Uranus during whole sign trine all of August 6th to September 10th, but more acutely connected around the 11th. This is going to be a time where you're going to have a surprise, some kind of unexpected development, some kind of mini jolt of goodness. It can bring, if you're single, an unexpected surprising jolt of a new love story that wants to form. And if there is a love story, you may meet the person because you're traveling, because you're wandering through your local neighborhood. But Uranus says it's like nothing you expect. If you always said, I'm attracted to dark-haired, tall, lean men, or I only like blonde, round and voluptuous women, or some stuff like that. No. Nothing like you ever wanted before. So there's a surprise to the type of person that you're attracted to, or the type of person who's attracted to you. Love can come through sibling introductions. Love can come from hanging out with friends and socializing. Love can come because a friend sets you up on a blind date. Be willing to go out there and meet people, and don't be afraid to say hello to strangers August the 6th to September 10th. You're likely to meet somebody that's quite captivating and ultimately can be a long-term relationship. Don't be afraid of significant age differences here either, which could occur. They are not going to be an obstacle to true love. Because the seed was planted in the sign of Taurus on April the 24th, 2026, that does not close out until June of 27. Some of this weak sky is taking you back to a seed that was planted last in a lifetime seed here in your house of karmic debts, of work, of pets, of apartment rentals or rental properties, and of things to do with your job and work environment. Now, the thing about that is that with Venus kind of wanting to initiate or bring into form the story that she seeded there for you, if you don't have a pet, you may get a pet. This can really propel some Sagittarius, August 6th to September 10th, to find the most beautiful, perfect pet that feels like a blessing. And maybe a friend or a sibling is putting you in touch with that animal. And it also can look like you might find some opportunity for a career experience that's very rewarding. It may be a one-off this week. Like, I'm not saying you get your dream job. You could, but it might be a gig or an opportunity or a perk or a highlight in your career space that is taking you to exactly where you need to be. And you'll know that destination by June of 2027. Look for lucky breaks in all possible ways, but windfalls are included. This is a house of karmic and cosmic rewards, pennies from heaven, windfalls. Libra is about things to do with legalities. You might have to sign the papers to take the money. So you could come into a windfall. Anyone could during this time. Pluto is wealth, and he's trinal to her. So local neighborhood kiosks, local gambling bingo halls, stay local if you can. That looks like more likely a chance to win. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. I'm so excited by Venus in your 10th house. She's angular. This is going to be a lovely time for you. August the 6th to September 10th, you just feel like you can't go wrong in your career. You can't go wrong in your reputation or in the visible actions you're taking in the world. People are appreciating you and you're appreciating life. This is where you're at the high noon of the OK Corral of reality. Whatever you're doing, people are witnessing it and they're saying good things about you, and or you are having very good flow, ease, and fortune when it comes to your career, professional advancement, and of course your reputation. Sometimes Venus up here announces something like a wedding proposal, a marriage proposal. Sometimes Venus up here is a standing of peeking out as a Venusian stories. Libra is committed love. You may find yourself seen as a committed love unit. Like, there may be a situation for you guys where you all of a sudden are noticed in the world as partnered up with somebody. Right now, you could announce it. It could become evident as everyone sees you two out about town. Your social visible reputation is now Libra Venus, like partner in love, right? Energy. So look for new love August 6th to September 10th because she's trining Uranus in work environments. So job, work, and career, sparks of love are flying. On the other hand, you may find somebody in love because you're walking your dog, right? This is pets or your cat. This is also matters to do with your work environment, your health, and rental properties. I don't know, you're going to rent a property, you're looking for a rental property, and as you do, you bump into somebody in the new neighborhood and you're off to the races, rental properties as well, and new love can spark. It looks more likely that some of you will find an office love story taking hold here as well. What I love is that Venus seeded something for you. She put a seed in the ground in the sign of Taurus with the shock of Uranus back in April of last year, of 26, back on April 24th. Around that time, the last in a lifetime seed planted in Taurus, right? Planted in your 5th house of sexual love and romance, fertility, childbirth, pregnancy, and conception, creative, artistic, and entrepreneurial stories. So if you're young enough, you could conceive a baby here. You could be getting ready by June of 27 to be a pregnant person or your partner. This can also produce grandchildren. But when she seeded something in your fifth house here, surprising, is Venus and Uranus in a romance sexual energy Taurus house can bring you some really unexpected and surprising changes in your romantic life. And you may find yourself coloring outside of the lines. Oh, you'll always be monogamous. Now you're polyamorous. You never thought you would do this, but you're doing that when it comes to relationship standards and love. So there's a change in the tonal quality, and it's going to be by June of 27. You know what that means. But if there is changes in the romance style of you or the romantic love life of you, then it's going to picture out definitely through your high noon. Everyone knows about it. Everyone sees you doing it. This can be announcements that your children are pregnant. So you may find that there's a public announcement going on. You're kind of surprised but delighted. And so look for announcements of a pregnant adult child, I hope, August 6th to September 10th, and roll with that. Let me know if that happens in the comments or if that's something you would anticipate. I'd love to hear back. Aquarius, I am one of you. Let's roll with it. We have Venus moving into her home kingdom August the 6th to September 10th, and this is an absolute delight because she's trining us. She flows to us with good energy, with life-sustaining energy, trines are the nature of Jupiter, expansion, growth, prosperity, joyful energy. And she's in a Lakshmi, wealth and prosperity energetically, ninth house, and she's also connected to your dharma, your purpose, the meaning of life, what you're here to contribute. Now, Libra, library, Libra book. It could be book publishing, knowledge and wisdom, foreign lands, foreign shores, and international travel. Ninth house, academic and academia, professorial, teaching and learning environments. As she's flowing all the way through August 6th to September 10th, you're also feeling just plain lucky or fortunate. And around the 11th of August, when that square is more exact, there's a nice little surprise. Now, it can be any kind of money fortune with Uranus in the house of good fortune where we can win money, speculation and gambling. You might have a pop August 6th to September 10th where you have a financial surprise of some kind that you're quite grateful for. It doesn't have to be a big deal because it could be a check in the mail, an extra bonus ticket to something, but you feel extremely happy with that. The other thing to say is that Uranus is in the house of children, Venus is in the house of grandchildren. There may be an unexpected announcement that you will be a grandchild when August the 6th to September the 10th, all right? There may also be just the birth of a grandchild, August the 6th to September the 10th. That window of time is where the whole sign excitement is coming from, and this includes romantic love. You are looking for love, maybe, because we have Jupiter and the node of fate. Karmic destined love affairs can be blossoming for you, and they may surprise you. You could fall madly in love during August the 6th to September 10th, but look for the ninth house. Somebody in a spiritual, religious community setting, somebody in a travel, international landscape, meeting somebody connected to publishing, book publishing, and academic environments, meeting somebody, Venus says, meeting somebody connected to higher knowledge and wisdom and learning. So wherever this thing might pop for you, it looks exciting. The person could be from a foreign country, language, religion, or culture, right? But they may not be traveling, or would you just meet because they're living now in your country? I don't know. But this is exciting for single Aquariuses, and Pluto is engaged where deep, profound transformation, regeneration, and renewal can happen from falling in love. Now, Venus planted a seed on April the 24th of 2026. It was a Taurus seed, last in a lifetime with Uranus. That seed in the sign of Taurus has particular meaning to your domicile and home. Technically, you guys know it, right? We've had that Uranus transit through our fourth house starting in May of 2018. And as Venus on the yearly, more or less, bumped into Uranus, we went through about 7 years of change, home change, moving, different domicile, new home, kept on moving. Disruptions as well, and where we live. Women helping us, though, with the idea of home as well. My girlfriend Kim really helped me out by giving me her place to rent for a year. I'm an eternally grateful female to my female friendship, because I was kind of homeless-ish. Yeah. And And vibe here is like, this is the last time Venus will have a seed, Uranus, Venus, surprise home seed to have planted here in April of 2026, right? April 24th of 2026. So it's not finished until, there's an old expression, it's not over till the fat lady sings. I know, guys, it's politically incorrect, but I'm born in the 60s. It was a comedic expression. But it's not over until the Venus story is finished on June the 14th, 2027. Then it's over, and then we're complete. So it's conceivable that things that are happening now move you to a new home next summer. As much as I like my home, I think I like a home with a yard and I can have a pet, and that's my vision. I do love my little nest in my new 2-bedroom home. I have my own recording studio here, but I think I want something different as well. And a girl can only dream, right? So I'm going to ask you how it feels to be you, especially around August the 11th, but more so than that, August the 6th to September 10th, because lucky turns of events are taking you toward a goal that Venus has to move you into a better, more fancy, more beautiful, more exciting, more something home. And maybe by mid-June or the end of June of 2027, you'll know what I'm talking about. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Venus is loving up the sky in her home kingdom between August the 6th and September the 10th. She is moving beautifully through your 8th house of chunky money, and she's a money goddess. This can bring you unexpected chunks of money, an insurance payout, a tax rebate, an inheritance money, a spousal support money, money from your in-laws, money you don't earn, money that you share with others, book income, royalty, Google AdSense, advance on a book publishing deal. I don't know. More money coming, unexpected surprises. Here it comes. Look to August 11th, day before and after, for more exactitude here. But still, August 6th to September 10th, this is a jiving feeling. And Uranus, right? Home, property, land, real estate, parents, family of origin, siblings included, may be jolting you towards some kind of financial, unexpected, positive direction. This is also connected to maybe an unexpected chance to buy a home with Uranus here and Mars having just left. Some of you may wanted to move your home, wanted to get out of home, wanted to redirect your home. Some of you might be having kids move out of the home. Some of you might be moving to a new home connected to a love relationship. But whatever this is, there's a nice little jolt of financial goodness coming your way. You can get the best surprising deal, mortgage, interest rate. You might get a great ability to buy a home that seemed like you'll never be able to get it. What a surprise. The owner said I could be the only one getting it. They like me. They don't want to put it on the open market. Like lucky breaks in buying and selling property and real estate are here for you. And also with rental property luck as well, with Jupiter in the 6th. Now, Pisces, and when I say rental property luck, I mean because Venus is flowing to your 6th house of rental properties as well as to Uranus in the house of home. There are changes here for you that can be very fortunate if you want to purchase, buy, sell, or rent a home, period. Or get a pet. The thing to pay attention to, of course, is that you experience this conjunction of Uranus and Venus for the last in a lifetime. Unless you're going to live another 84 years, you could, but you're awfully young when you're listening to my channel. You're not my demographic, right? My demographic is women 35 to 55, 80% of them, 82, and mostly 50% American women. You're looking at this story as a reseeding, replanting of your 3rd house, the last in a lifetime. Now, your 3rd house is connected to where you live too, because it represents your local environment, your everyday environment, the village, the town, the city, the metropolis in which you live. And so there is something here about the idea that starting in 2018, you moved a lot. Probably you changed your neighborhood, you changed your town, you changed your city a bit, right? Since 2018, Pisces. If you didn't move once between 2018 and now, I'd be surprised. Even my very steadfast Pisces rising sister, who doesn't move anywhere, moved in that window of time to a new home, to a new neighborhood, but same town. So you're probably now going to say to me, I didn't move. Well, then this time you still might, because there is that conjunction that happened on April 24th of 2026, last in a lifetime, that indicates a potential residential relocation connected to another area of your own city, another city in your own country, another village, so to speak, another neighborhood, another environment. It's not likely international. It's usually domestic if you're moving in this way. And what I want to ask you is what happens now? What happens August 6th to September 10th that may indicate a change of residence? Okay. That's the thing I'm saying. The surprise could be a money surprise that fuels enough money for a move. It could be anything. It could be inheritance connected to a sibling 3 older or 3 younger. 3 older in birth order position, 3 younger in birth order position than you, counting you as number 1. This is also a house where you write. It is skills-based teaching and learning, and it's writing, and it could indicate that a seed was planted for a writing project or a new skill or talent or study or learning direction. And that seed that was planted in April will fulfill itself by June of 27. It's an ideal setup for you guys if you want to initiate or complete something to do with the arts of creative, skills-based, make the pottery, paint the paintings, write the books, and stuff like that. Certainly sibling involvement all through this story, starting in 2018, was highlighting Venus-Uranus, surprising developments, unexpected circumstances regarding siblings. That is now finishing, and this last story that you're having here this week is positive regarding the sibling disruption energies. Okay, we're moving on. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're halfway through. We started with Libra. Welcome. On August the 6th, September the 10th to September 10th, Venus is in her home kingdom of Libra. She's in the house of long-term committed love and marriage. If you're already married, it smooths the love out. You feel August the 6th to September 10th bonded to your partner. Your partner looks beautiful and lovely. You appreciate them and they appreciate you. This is a beautiful time of mutual reception. I love you, you love me. And with Saturn in your chart, you've been a little bit compressed and maybe overly sarcastic, realistic, depressed, anxious, or maybe just stubbornly realistic. But now there's a flow and a glow between you and another in a beautiful way. I think that the energy here for an unattached Aries is also very positive. Venus moving through your 7th house can bring attractive people to you or people who you find quite lovely. You're looking over at them and you're like, oh my gosh, I really like you. Now that can be about new partnerships in business, more attractive clients, customers, and audience, or encountering a human being to whom you are attracted. Venus just means that this person seems beautiful or friendly or something good about them. You're liking it, right? If you put stuff into the promotional field, like out there, like selling, marketing, promoting, sharing, social media, anything you push out into the audience, whether it's digital, social media land, or even just regular like flyers for your pizza business into the neighbors' mailboxes, this is good for you. This is where your promotional abilities are hitting a highlight time. Your promotional advertising, selling, marketing thrust hits the chord with the public August the 6th to September 10th. Now, I'm an Aries Sun and Moon, and I'm advertising Sky Reader during this time. I'm probably putting some ads out there on Facebook or Instagram even, I don't know. And it literally can be successful for me. I can anticipate a positive time. Now, the energy between Uranus and Venus, if you're looking for a relationship and you're single, is that you meet the person in the local neighborhood or close to home or in your town, or just because you're taking a short distance trip, or a sibling introduces you, or a friend from childhood. In the meantime, the other thing is if you're in the online social media and media sphere, which is the 3rd house, then this means that Venus is trinal to Uranus. You could have a viral hit. Something you're saying or doing in the social media land could go big, viral, blow up, glow up energy for you. So that's an exciting time for you if that's something you're up to. And that's pretty exact around the 11th of August. Give it a day or two on either side. The energy here is harmony with siblings, but surprises. So sibling relationships bring unexpected surprises that are positive. So you could even come into a win like a lottery ticket, where Jupiter is sitting in your 5th house around August 11th. Know your limit, play within it, play within your means. Okay, good old gambling adage here in Canada. Because this is a seed that was planted in Taurus and the seed that was planted is last in a lifetime, it's about the money, honey. I want you guys as Aries to go back to 2018 through to ending now, ending in next June. Money disruptions, sudden surges and sudden downdrafts. Money was erratic, staccato, like staccato music. And yet sometimes the surges were rags to riches. And how has that been for you? Or sometimes it was riches to rags. Some of you made money online, because that's what Uranus does in the second house. So I'm an Aries, started making money online in 2019. This is finishing. Venus co-joined with Uranus on April 24th at the end of Taurus this year, 2026. And by June of 2027, mid-June, this story completes, never to be seen again. It's your last ever jolt of love from Venus in your money house. So I want you to think about how this plays into that story, because next June, the seeds are going to start being planted for 6 years, once a year, every 6 years in your third house instead. And we'll talk about that when we get there. So there's money here for you in a very positive way. It may connect to marketing, selling, teaching, writing, communicating, social media landscape. It may also be a connection to love and romance, but it's not romance for the money. It's something else here as well to consider. Those of you in partnerships already, and I told you how you're glowing and flowing with your partner, right? That's a beautiful thing to know. But there also is that Uranus bit here. Unexpected travel opportunities may emerge connected to romantic love and long-term and romantic love, new dating opportunities and long-term romantic love and travel. Both of those are true. So it's a good time to go on a trip, a short getaway with someone that you're close to, that you really want to get to know or already know really well. And so I would say August the 6th to September 10th is good for exhilarating, unexpectedly, surprisingly positive travel opportunities for all the Aries. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, and Venus is the lord of your sign, and she's in her home kingdom of Libra as well. This is your health, this is your work, and this is your debts. So unexpected positive surprises can happen that glow you up on your health, debts, pets, rental properties, and work, including like employment, employee, employer stories. And this is good for a beautiful office or a beautiful new career opportunity, especially that she's flowing to Pluto for power transformation and renewal in your 10th house of career. And she is connecting to Uranus, of course, during the whole August 6th to September 10th co-presence. And so, whole sign trine. And so you're going to have some unexpected money surprises as well. This is going to allow you to pay off or pay down a debt, to eliminate financial debt. This can allow for you to have an unexpected surprise connected to your health, a turnaround story. This can have an unexpected, really important career opportunity that comes out of the blue and involves more money, more joy, or more satisfaction in your work. Like the North Node is in your career house for another 18 months, you're going to be more worldly successful and advancing your game, you're gaming up in your career. And this is going to be felt like a positive development for you. You'll notice that sometimes with Venus in the 6th house, out of the blue, you want to possess something that you don't have, right? Because Uranus is in the house of possessions. That would be to possess a rental property or a pet. Unexpected money from your family of origin, mom or dad, may come to you. It helps you eliminate debt. With Jupiter in the legacy wealth house ruling inheritances, this story will pop nicely for you. If you expect money from a mother, father figure, a parent, then the pop is here for you. And that's August 6th to September 10th. Now, the seed was planted here. The seed was planted here way back in the day. The seed planting happened when Venus, for the last in a lifetime, joined Uranus at the end of the sign of Taurus. That's you. That's your sun, moon, and rising. There is a sense that your sun, Taurus, career, moon, home nests, and domicile, and rising, your ascendant is your character in the simulation, your persona, your mask, your body, that you've had a lot of jolts there on and off since 2018. If it's a Taurus body, Taurus ascendant, maybe unexpected disruptions to your body, your health, or changes in your body. And a Taurus moon, your home life has been rather disruptive and up and down, maybe. And maybe your relationship to your mother was wobbly and in and out, up and down. And of course, if it's your son, you've had some major changes, Taurus sun, to your career ambitions and your reality structure since 2018. Now, in this story, Venus gave you a last seed on April the 24th of 2026. That seed that she planted there, okay, that's important. That seed on April the 24th at 29 degrees of Taurus will ripen by June of next year. And it's a seed that will transform something profound for you, a last chance saloon for this Venus Taurus story that began for you in 2018-19. It can be based on this week that something is trying to build for you around financial independence, financial freedom, or work that exhilarates you and brings financial power and wealth to you. So look for clues during this time of August 6th to September 10th, particularly around the 11th of August, when this happy trine is most accurately formed. I think you'll enjoy this feeling. It looks like a bit of financial luck to me. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. I relate. I have a progressed Gemini sun. The Uranian energy in our sign, especially if you're a rising sign in Gemini, is very Kundalini activating. It can stimulate the nervous system and really jack you up. So take your magnesium, meditate, take a hot bath now and then, do what you need for your body, right? It's going to be important. Of course, if your Uranus is impacting Gemini sun, then it's impacting your spiritual essence and your career ambition and purpose. And if you're going to be doing anything with that, you're going to color outside the lines of what you thought you're capable of achieving in your career. When it comes to those of you who are a moon in Gemini, your mental thought patterns, your mind, your feeling, thinking apparatus, and things to do with where you live, your home, are going to be changing quite a bit over the next 6-7 years. Venus, this story is about Venus on August the 6th, September to September 10th, flowing in a whole sign trine to Uranus, although it's more exact on the 11th or so of August. So you're going to notice around August 11th a nice surprise. I don't mind this because Venus is in the house of her joy, in the house of good fortune, and Libra is a scale of commerce and justice. And if it's your commercial commerce justice to win money, this is a house of gambling, speculation, lottery tickets, casinos, take your pick, risky investment. And something could pay off, a jackpot here. A good energy is trying to happen. And because she happens to be trine Uranus, you may be surprised. So I'm going to say a happy, lucky break is happening for you during this time. And you may feel it most directly and most succinctly, of course, around the 11th of August, a few days before, maybe a day after. And so it is a good time for you, prescriptively, to play a lottery ticket here and there. Venus here is also in the house of fertility. If you're of an age in which you can conceive a child, Gemini, then this could bring you an unexpected pregnancy. But it can also derive as an unexpected pregnancy with a child. Okay, so one of your children is unexpectedly pregnant. The energy is positive. It's a trine. Maybe the pregnant child or your male son's wife's pregnancy, whatever, is unexpected but joyfully happy outcome. People are upbeat about the whole thing. You are upbeat about it. We're just surprised, right? And things here to do with your sibling too younger than you in birth order, and surprises that are positive in their life as well. Now, because the fifth house is romantic love and dating and falling in love and all of that, if you were a single Gemini, then you could be falling in love. If you're with someone already, it could be surprising excitement regarding the romantic inclination between you and a partner, especially if you're traveling at all short distance and have a romantic getaway that knocks your socks off around the July 10th to the 13th. This energy, though, long game for entrepreneurs, artists, and creatives, could inspire the muse to knock your socks off too. You could get a brilliant new idea, like for a novel, a book, a painting, or a new entrepreneurial business direction. Again, it's surprising, but it's positive, and it will yield good fortune. If you were looking for a relationship because you're not with somebody and you want to be in a relationship, then yes, Venus is also in a beautiful harmony here with the travel house, the third, and that could be golden love opportunities through travel, or you could meet someone in the local environment. Your third house is like your local everyday, hood, where you travel, the neighbors, the neighborhood, the village and the town. So in your local environment or traveling shorter distances, there may be opportunities for new relationships to be discovered and pursued. And the surprises here, you may not have imagined this happening, or this is not your type. Now, there was a seed that was planted in Taurus. That seed was planted in Taurus on April 24th. It's a last in a lifetime seed. And the seed is saying, we want you to be spiritually enlightened, or we want you to make money internationally. I know it's a far cry, right? So Venus joined at 29 degrees of Taurus, your 12th house. I want you to go back to 2018, Venus-Uranus, Venus-Uranus. Actually started in 2019 until till now, April of 26. This conjunction was disruptive, but trying to be positive. And it was disrupting your 12th house, spiritual awakenings, illuminations. It could have brought you activations of money opportunities that were surprising and positive to make money from digital income, borderless revenue, a digital nomad type thing, far off lands, international revenue sources. It could have opened a door to surprising bed pleasures, going kinky, going into strange directions since 2018. Anyway, that's coming to a close. I kind of laugh. I was sort of half-ass single, and some guy wanted to date me back in, I think it was 2018, and he turned out to be a total dom. That was his thing, right? And a cop too. It was really weird. Because my son was progressed in Gemini, I'm confessing my sins, but I didn't date him because I found it was really awkward and it wasn't my gig. But you might have had those kinds of things occur. Now, Venus is completing that story because in June of 2027, she's going to meet with Uranus. And when she does that, she's going to start a whole new 7-year cycle, 6 years actually, meeting with Uranus and Gemini. So she's trying to give you the grand finale on the Taurus promise or seed here. And the grand finale of this week can bring you back to 12th house stories, bed pleasures, alone and solitude, digital income and borderless revenue, people from foreign countries and foreign lands, and things maybe to do with enlightenment. Now, enlightenment connected to the 5th house and maybe to Uranus would be some kind of spark of enlightenment connected to joyful ecstasy or Dionysian debaucherous pleasures that put you in a state of consciousness of, or divine creativity and ecstasy. Dionysian energy, Bachian energy can be putting yourself into an ecstatic state of attention and consciousness, divine flow. And maybe there's going to be a turning of that energy for you approximately any time between August the 6th and September the 10th. So you're almost like in a meditative, creative state during that time. Good luck with that, Gemini. Let me know how it goes. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're 3/4 of the way around the zodiac. Here we go. It's your turn. Venus is in Libra, her home kingdom. Cheer her on September 6th to September 10th. When she's here, she benefits you greatly in your property, land, home, and real estate matters. Now, this is beautiful for a female coming to visit you or spending time in the home with a sister, a friend, a female, August 6th to September 10th. This is ideal as well, really beautiful energy for you if you want to decorate your home. Right? You want to, get a new sofa, paint the home, beautify the home, do things to make it more aesthetically pleasing to you. Especially with Jupiter in the 2nd house, you have the financial resources. Mercury says, go ahead and buy or, whatever, something that makes your home more beautiful. It's okay to spend money on the thing that you enjoy to make your home a customizable pleasure, right? So August 6th to September 10th, the beautification of the home environment is very obvious to me. You could be prosperous in and from your home. You could be doing something in and from your home in the trine to Uranus that says between August 6th and September 10th, you're jacking up more money, Jupiter, from things you're doing in and from your home. So digital income, borderless revenue, working for someone who's a remote job, working for someone far away or whatever, especially in another country or far off land. And so distant shore money can come and peek out for you in a positive way. You may be compelled or desire to unexpectedly travel to a far off land or shore. That could happen as well. Now, although Venus and Uranus are in a trinal relationship all the month of like August 6th to September 10th, pay attention to August 11th. Between about the 9th to the 13th of the month, you're going to notice a kind of a like nice surprise to do with the feminine, to do with home, to do with property, to do with travel, to do with far off lands and shores. Even bed pleasures in the home, like you've really been like completely disconnected from your romantic love life, and all of a sudden it can reignite in an unexpected way. Now, because Venus planted a seed for you, and she planted the seed that lasts in a lifetime at the end of Taurus on April 29th at 29 Taurus, April 24th, 2026, that seed closes down. The end of the story is June of next year. I kind of think you're going to find yourself in a situation of windfalls, pennies from heaven, feeling grateful for life, a fulfillment of a dream, and being surprised that it was fulfilled. No, because the 11th house is your gains of your career, allies and benefactors, and a sibling one older. Ask yourself about those qualities of your life that may have been divinely disrupted by Venus and Uranus starting in 2018. And it doesn't have to be negative. Venus is in her home kingdom. It could have brought you great bounty or success or joy. The house of a sibling one older, for example, my sister Nancy, who's a Cancer rising, started working for me in these years of Venus-Uranus conjunctions in Taurus, making money by working for her sister, you see? Which is also to say that this is a last and lifetime transformational energy in the house of friends, allies, benefactors, long-range goals, dreams, and plans, and sister, that was one older than you. Something is culminating here. And because it doesn't close out till June of 27, the full story is not yet outpictured. This can be a clue. Maybe you want to move closer to your sibling. Maybe they want to spend more time with you. On a short term, there may be an unexpected opportunity connected to siblings, women in the home, travel, etc. Okay, and if you're involved in a quest for spiritual wisdom and knowledge, this could be a little jolt of spiritual liberation, nice trine through the moksha houses, and it may transform your relationship to reality, and there's a spiritual awakening invitation for you, and it may help you unwind some childhood stories and find some secrets. Okay. You can find some secrets about your childhood, okay? Nothing like you ever expected, but you feel good about finding out what it is. And so look at childhood secrets, family of origin secrets to be declared visible to you any time between. How exciting is that, right? Any time between August the 9th, 6th, and September 10th, with maybe a premium on August the 11th, give or take a day or two on either side. Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. The sky is full of Libra love as Venus travels her home kingdom on August the 6th to September the 10th and invites you to the following themes: short distance or domestic travel, travel for leisure and pleasure and fun, things to do with siblings looking extremely harmonious and positive, and also the feeling of a surprise with Uranus coming through in a whole sign way, especially active on August the 11th, surprises around siblings in general. Could be a sibling one younger or a sibling one older than you in birth order. And this is a surprise involving those energies. There also could be a windfall of some kind. This is like windfalls and pennies from heaven coming through the third house. So it's not the most convincing case to play the lottery, but Jupiter rules your house of good fortune, and Mercury's in your sign ruling the house of windfalls. Therefore, there can be a feeling of coming into like a windfall environment, not just August 6th to September 10th, but closer to the 11th of the month. You're going to be grateful, happy, and surprised is my basic meaning. Now, when I'm not talking about the Powerball, it just could be a small little perk on the career gains, a raise or a promotion, an opportunity for a travel with a friend or a sibling, and maybe even a sibling coming to travel to see you. I'm not sure. And because Venus and Uranus are flowing from the 3rd to the 11th, if you work in the social media landscape, your career gains are going to pick up in a surprising way. Or you could have an unexpected perk in your entrepreneurial business as well. Upgrade, level, new, raise, promotion, that kind of thing. Entrepreneurial or employment business. Now, back in 2020, back in 2026, April 24th, just a while ago, Venus and Uranus planted a last in a lifetime seed in your career house. But if you go back to 2018, 19 through till now, there's been a lot of disruption here. You could have quit a job, changed your job, retired from a job, career path, and you've had some zigzags, tried this, tried that. So, my sister Nancy's also a Leo sun. She was a nurse. She quit her job. She became a Reiki healer. She stopped doing that. Now she's got creator sidekick and she helps creators with social media stuff. So she's been going through a lot of changes, right? Uranus, Venus, co-joining here since 2019, 18, 19. And so the thing is that disruptive change in one's status, reputation, and career space is completing itself. So from April of 26 until June of 2027, this is the last time in our life. You have to wait 84 years that you'll do this. This is a complete regeneration, renewal, and shift. Okay, that's the best I can say of something connected to your career. And where you go next is exciting. It's freedom. It's financial freedom even. It's connections to things that are exciting, exhilarating, unusual, and fun, connected to the gains of career. And that's where you're going ultimately after June of 27. Well, at the very same time, this week or this whole August 6th to September 10th is beginning in an opening trine to show you what this is really about. You're looking for the key to purpose, guys. So you got to find it. You're probably closing out another career path by the time you get to next June. Ultimately, though, whatever this is, it's bringing windfalls, pennies from heaven, cosmic and karmic rewards, surprising actualization of your dreams and wishes, and connections to unexpected gains in your career. And some of those gains could also have you traveling, connecting to social media outlets and being more visible in the world on social media energies, having a social media viral hit if you're a Leo who does that kind of thing as well. And lastly, Leos, if you're a single Leo looking for a relationship, look no further than your local environment or short distance travel or, yes, online dating. If you're already connected to somebody because of Pluto and the trine here, then there's probably something really profound going on in your existing long-term love relationship around August the 11th. And it's going to be really transformative of that union. And because Venus-Uranus means unexpected fertility, and with Jupiter here, you could discover that you and your partner are pregnant anywhere between August the 6th and September the 10th, with a highlight around the 11th. I'm wishing you luck on that one. And never last, never least, Virgo. You never last. It's usually Pisces. But we're started with Libra, and here we go with Virgo. So if you're a Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, then this is your story. Venus is the Lord of your Libra in your second house of money. Clearly, it's going to benefit you on the financial front. Possessions that are beautiful, financial earnings and resources, more money in your bank account between August the 6th and September the 10th. How that money comes to you is in a surprising way. It's connected to father figures. It's connected to authority figures in the work environment. It's connected to social standing like divorced, widowed, and married. And whatever this is, boom, there's more money coming your way. It's positive. So when I said divorced or widow, don't panic. This is a trine, and you should say thank you. Because of Jupiter in your 12th house, some of this is very deeply karmic. It's like a karmic reward financially for you. It can be also that there's money coming from somebody in a hospital setting being delineated as an inheritance as well, especially from family of origin or from your in-laws. Now, this idea of plumping up your wallet, your pocketbook, your resources, and your savings is great. But this is also a beautification of your face connected to August 6th to September 10th, maybe a dermatology appointment, maybe a cosmetics procedure, maybe filler, maybe laser dermabrasion is good for you because you want to surprise the public and the people in the world who see you looking different with this beautification of your face. This is your face. It's a good time to pursue cosmetic enhancements. Just be commonsensical about it. And the other thing with this is that Venus is trining Pluto. So from August 6th to September 10th, the vibe is also powerful transformation in surprising ways connected to releasing debts, to your work environment, to rental properties and pet situations. North Node in your 6th house for the next 18 months, you're killing it in the work environment and you're improving your health dramatically. Now, the thing about the 6th house story is that also with Jupiter's placement could have you relocate your home, but I doubt you're going to do that between August 6th and September 10th. This is a story that could be more emerging for you in the big picture story. Let's talk about that. Venus joined with Uranus for the last in a lifetime time, ever not happening for 84 more years, April 24th of 2026 in your 9th house. Okay? And then that means that starting around 2018-19, there was a lot of Uranian disruption here, disrupting your higher education directions, disrupting your relationship to your spirituality, disrupting your international travel, although Venus-Uranus probably brought you some exciting international travel since 2018. This last conjunction at 29 degrees in April has stimulated this story, but the story here is a part of it still. So it can be that there's an unexpected opportunity that surprises you to travel internationally. But it also could be an unexpected fertility story. And it can also indicate an unexpected opportunity to relocate your home. Now, a home relocation could be to a far off land or distant shore. There's that, right? And the other thing about that is that if you are thinking of, okay, if you have children, then this can be connected to the possibility of finding out you're going to be a grandparent sometime between August 6th and September 10th, maybe closer to August the 11th. And if you've been thinking you wanted to go back to school, Venus-Uranus by June of 27 could educate you, take you into a direction of higher education, applications for school, going back to school. So by next mid-June, you might have put things in motion for that to happen. That could happen for you as well. I do like this, though, for more money, career surprises, financial reward, and maybe some transformation of your face in a positive way, maybe even an opportunity to eliminate debt, and look for money through in-laws and father figures and inheritances as well. And that will be between August the 6th and September 10th. All right. I can't believe I took that long to record this story. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Sky Reader. I should have introduced it at the beginning, as I always try to append a little overview of Sky Reader at the end of these videos of the website. It's still under development as of July 22nd, but I will have that website completely, fully up for you to see all the guest teachers and stuff soon, maybe by the time you see this exactly. So don't forget to look at the description box at the end for more about Sky Reader. Description box at the end of this video. I'd love to see you guys in class. It is my favorite thing to do. So I'm pray that this mic, after I de-ess it using Adobe Audition, and after tinkering with this mic like a crazy person to make sure that I'm not too far, not too close, noise poppers on, all of that, your consideration has been kind because you think I have a health problem, that I have a lisp, or that, damn it, I should get this fixed already. So I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm getting there. It's been tough. Moving to a new studio, recording studio, lots of echo, not having the right settings on the Shure, interfacing with the Riverside, interfacing with the MacBook Pro. Yes, thanks guys for your patience. I'll see you soon in the next video. Enjoy this video. Every year I teach Sky Reader in the fall. It's always in September. It's usually 6 weeks long. And this time we're going for 7. We're taking it a little slower, giving you a very kind of leg up first week, which we take the pieces of the sky and teach you to read them in a very constructive and well-paced manner. This is my favorite class to teach. When I teach Sky Reader, I always feel so excited because you have learned to read your own sky. You now know what your chart is all about, and you know how to read the basic language of astrology for your friends, family, and your children, whoever you want to share it with. No, we're not professionally certifying you at Lunatic Astrology, and I'm your teacher, Lori Lothian. We're teaching you to fish so that when you listen to me on YouTube and you're getting all of that guidance, maybe you can also get your own. You know, we don't want to move against the sky. We want to move with the sky. We want to move in the area of our lives that brings us flow and ease, because the sky supports that. And by having a knowledge of what the sky is saying and relative to our own natal sky, we are able to operate at a new level. That level is about flow. It is about not arguing with what is happening and moving in the direction of what wants to happen. It is so darn simple. Life is full of ups and downs, but if you know that there's a swamp, 2 doors away, and if you walk that way, you're going to get stuck in quicksand, you can avoid that. If you go to the left instead of the right, there's a beautiful meadow with a lake. Why not take that path? The sky is always grabbing us. It's called the grahas, or the grabbers. The planetary planets, like where they're going in the sky, the transits, that moving heavens, the moving stars, the map of time is a map of where we should avoid getting stuck and where we may move forward with freedom. And the grabber part of planets is that they're almost like celestial teasers, right? They want to grab us and make us move in a direction. Sometimes it's not in our highest and best good. And I don't mean in a conscious, malefic way. I just mean you can take something like Neptune and make it all about transcendence and spiritual union and high creativity and imagination. And you can take it all the way down to drug addiction, and destitution maybe, and even things to do with mental challenges, health challenges. So you can operate at all levels of every planet. In Sky Reader, we show you your highest potential. Now, this is an introductory class. If you want to come to Sky Reader to be your own astrologer and time your best life, then you're coming because you are curious astrologically. You're not coming because you've already taken some heavyweight courses under your belt. You're coming because you've been listening to my channel or other astrologers, and you've always had a curiosity about learning, and you've always wanted to learn to read the sky, which is the map of time. So I'm hoping some of you will come join me there, because I've graduated hundreds of students so far, and the feedback is wonderful. And I invite all of my students, former, to come back every year and play around in redoing the course for 75% off, because I think the more you do it, the more you deepen it. We have guest teachers every year. When you join Sky Reader, you get the archived vault. In other words, you can go back and watch other guest classes in astrocartography, the astrology of relocation, and things to do with zodiac or releasing, and more. We have these guest teachers coming in this year. Are so much fun. We have a guest teacher about the love codes, Donnie Lim of astrology, learning to read your Venus story. We have a guest teacher coming in about medical or wellness astrology. We have another one showing us about how to choose the perfect day to do something, day and time to launch your website, get married. That's called electional astrology. We have what's your purpose, dharma kind of thing with another teacher. So what we're doing is we're giving you a lot of content. What you're doing is you're taking time to learn, but also to hold on to that content forever. It is evergreen. Once you have it, you never don't have it. If it's over your head at first, you won't be over your head when you take a second stab at it. Weekly Q&As, different time zones, so we can get people around the world in those Q&As. We alternate between evening and night every second week on Wednesday nights, and usually they're at 5:30 or 6 p.m. Pacific time. We also have the idea that the class itself is now happening at 9:30 a.m. in Pacific time on Saturday, starting on the 19th of September. So that's wonderful. We have a Facebook group and a Discord group that we have moderators running, where you can meet other people who are learning astrology, share your notes, and get to meet some new astrologically curious friends. Who knows? You might meet your soulmate there. And we're also taking you through a journey that is sequential, from learning to read the sky to being able to use 2 very profound timing tools to help you understand your reality and begin to move forward with ease and grace. The feedback from Sky Reader year after year has been phenomenal, and every time I teach it, I learn to make it more simple, more well-paced, and more easy for you to grasp. So I'm in 7 years of doing this. I think I'm getting it down finally to a fine art, thanks to you guys. I'm going to show you the website just so you see what it looks like. I'm now moving most of my content to lorilothian.com. It used to be somewhere else at Padaya. If you're there already, nothing is taken away from you. At this point, though, I'll show you the new website so you can take a gander at what the sky looks like over there, what my site looks like. And I hope to see some of you in class. I always say this, and I'm not making this up. You might probably think, oh, that's a sales pitch. Oh, I might not teach this next year. That's not true. I always wonder if I'm just going to retire and start to write books. And my agent wants me to write a book. And so I have a lot on my plate to get done in this life. Legacy is to leave a book behind. So for me, when I say I may not teach this next year, Lori may not teach this next year. Okay. All right. So this is the website, lorilothian.com. If you go /sky-reader, you'll be at the introduction to the course and the enrollment page. We're on a discount code right now until the end of July. Well, it's not a code, it's just a discount. There's 40% off the full price. And then in August, depending on when you hear this, there'll be another lower price, not as discounted as July's early enrollment price, but by September, it will go to full price. So make sure that you get in this class with a discount if that's something you're looking for. So you can see this beautiful website was created by my team. I think it's gorgeous. Learn to read your sky. And then there's a preview of what we have going on. So when you get into the course backdrop and you're there, you're going to have like stuff already waiting for you, a little tutorial on how to cast your chart and whole sign houses, free minis of the 12 houses PDF. And I have what I call your Astro toolkit. And I'm always adding more stuff to that toolkit. You don't need a professional software. You can use Astrocom, astro-seek.com, time passages. These are free softwares. This is not requiring you to purchase professional software in order to learn in my course. And you'll see that we have the toolkit here. These are elements that go in, how to cast your chart and whole sign houses. These are already in the back end of the program. Your cheat sheet pack, 12 signs, 12 houses guide. This is just learning tools. This is all going to help you learn. For most classes, I'll be putting together a handbook to help guide you through each class, which is new this year, kind of a prompts, a questions, things to fill out so that you can use it as a kind of self-study tool. Just print it out on a PDF on a computer. I'll aim to keep it black and white, of course, so you don't have to worry about color. And then we see that the Astrology 101 is we set you up really slowly. I call it the slow start, where we're really going to build the basic building blocks together so that when you come off of week one, you are like someone who went to kindergarten to learn the alphabet. You're going to have the basics in your toolkit, in your understanding already. And then we talk about the various parts of the sky, the big four, the 12 houses, dignity matters. Planets have dignity. You want to understand that. Otherwise, there's nothing you're going to understand without that. Dignity matters. We're also using whole sign houses, and this is ancient Hellenistic astrology. The focus will not be on the outer planets because we can't use them as time lords. And so it's not that there's anything wrong with the outer planets, but they're not good for timing your best life. Unless you want to live 248 years, says Pluto, 164 years, says Neptune, or 84 years, says Uranus. They're not the most timely tools, right? Solar returns is one of the things we do, and we learn about the perfection ages. Now, you may think I know all about my solar return and my perfection age. I don't think you do. I embed in some advanced tools there for you that you won't probably find anywhere else after like 8 years and thousands of clients, nonstop teaching and seeing real clients in the trenches. I have figured a few things out, and I always like to share what I figured out with you guys so that you can also use those tools the way I do. There's always bonus content here. And so you get from me, not to use until you've taken Sky Reader, the birthday chart advanced course as your solar return, the annual perfections advanced course, and how to find people in your chart. Where's my mom? Where's my kids? Where's my husband? Where's my siblings? How to find the planets that represent those people in your chart. That is also a part of a course that I've taught that I give you as a part of your bonus toolkit. Okay, so I hope you guys will go over. I hope you'll have fun if you come to study with me. I would love to see you there. When I talk about teaching, without a doubt, it is my favorite thing to do. It gives me a joy, actually. I remember years ago, I went to see a psychic reader in Coquitlam, Canada. That's outside of Vancouver. She looked at me as I walked in the room. This is like 15 years ago. And she said, teacher, 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 you are a teacher. At the time, I was a magazine editor and a writer, and I had no idea what she was talking about. And look at her today. She was right 15 years later. That is my passion. That is what I do. Hope you'll join me. I'll see you guys in Sky Reader, and let's have some fun learning together. Everyone have a very good, wherever you are, day, month, or year.
Lunatic astrology.